I'm Rob, and today we're at the Plume of Feathers in Crondall.
The Plume of Feathers is a 16th century Tudor pub, and it's reputed that Oliver Cromwell stayed here overnight in October 1645 on his way to the siege of Basing House. Now, that was the third and final siege of Basing House, in which the parliamentarians eventually won the day under Cromwell's leadership, and he was there to celebrate it. Anyway, we're going to start off our walk by walking down the street here to the right of the pub. That's Church Street. So we're going to be walking up to the church. As we walk up the quaint high street with the timbered houses and lovely vicarage there with the wisteria growing over the front, Crondall was mentioned in the Domesday Book as the Crondall 100, and it's been held by the bishops of Winchester from 975 right up to 1861. 7th century there was a hoard found in the fields around here of Anglo Saxon and Merovingian coins. That was found in 1828, and they're now on display in the Ashmolean in Oxford. So a very large house opposite the church, and we have the church rooms, and that used to be a pub on the end as well. Now, you might recognise these buildings because they filmed an episode of Foyle's War here, probably 10 or 15 years ago, back in the sort of late 90s, early thousands. And so let's have a look in All Saints churchyard. So it's a lovely lime walkway up to the church. I can see a big padlock on the gate, so I don't think we'll be getting a look in, but I'll tell you more about the church shortly. After the avenue of limes, you get to the church door. Turn left along this footpath, and we're going to walk down past the cross to take a footpath behind the school. And this is Crondall War Memorial.
So All Saints is a 12th century church. It's got a more modern brick tower, but it was a parliamentary strongpost in the English Civil War, and took a lot of hits. A lot of battling went on around here, and they're said to be a parliamentary roundhead soldier that haunts the graveyard at night, wandering around. Whether all that's true, who knows. Anyway, another mystery to do with this church. In 1962, mysteriously, a marble woman's head was left in somebody's will to the vicar. Now, that could be something to do with the Roman villa up the way that they found, or maybe not. We don't really know. It's a mystery.
Leaving the church behind, we turn left at the top of the path and head out of the gate. Once outside the churchyard, there's Crondall Primary School just here, and between the primary school and the churchyard is a footpath, leaf littered with autumn leaves. A quaint little Victorian school. We'll continue along the footpath. We flank the back gardens of the houses and come to Little T Junction. We don't go left, that goes down onto the housing estate. Instead, we sort of do a staggered right turn and straight on. Oh, getting snagged by the prickles. So that's not the way it appears on the map, but you could have took a left at the junction off the narrow path, and then right through this fairly newly built kissing gate to join up on this path. It looks like it might have been moved since the map was done. Trimming the hedges. So you climb steadily up the hill on the chalky track. There's the stubble from last year's crop. Oh, a gaggle of geese up there. Gonna come straight over the top of us. Hopefully. No, they're not, they're turning off. At this point we don't bend off to the right on the permissive path, we carry straight on the field boundary. At this point there are a couple of castles that you can't see, they're long ago demolished, but you can see the earthworks as they're on private land. So to the left is Powderham Castle, over to the right is the Barley Pound Ring and Mock Castle, which at one time had 4 baileys back in the 12th century. It's thought it could be Little E Castle, which was captured by King Stephen and then abandoned by Henry de Blois. He was the Bishop of Winchester, and he was in favour of building the castle that now stands at Farnham. So he's probably very wise abandoning it. Again, there are sort of earthwork remains in Barley Pound, but it's on private land, so unless you get specific permission, if you're interested you can always apply for specific permission to go and have a look. But it's very much an archaeologist's sort of bag rather than a stand up and look in awe castle. Nice view though, we're about 450 feet up on the North Hampshire downlands. Lovely views out towards Surrey. It's a shame you can't see the raised earthworks of the castle over there, but never mind. Anyway, we carry on, and we're popping down that path just where this couple have popped out. At this point in the lane there's a barrier and a footpath sign, and we're going to turn right to go down towards Barley Pound Farm and skirt along the edge of Barley Pound Copse. I'll just peer over the gate and see if we can see any earthworks. Not really, the ground undulates a little bit. I think you'd have to be in there to find anything significant. But as I say, if you are interested in archaeology, I think a landowner is quite amenable to people going in as long as they've got permission. So yeah, Google who owns it. That's Barley Pound Copse, and apply to go in. Anyway, we're going to carry on along our walk, which is down this track. As the path dips into the trees, over to the left is a field with not a lot on it, but it's the site of a Roman villa that was discovered many years ago as a lovely Roman mosaic. People started pinching the little ceramic tiles, so they put a shed sort of building over it and tried to preserve it that way, but a lot of it disappeared. People did link the Roman villa here with the mysterious marble head that was left in a will to the church at Crondall in 1962, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems that the marble head seems to be from a statue. The trees are starting to turn and the wind is bringing down a few autumn leaves now. Sort of back end of October, it's quite late this year, the autumn. It's lovely, we're high up but we're sheltered by the trees and you can hear the wind whistling. Let's just stand and have a listen to the wind for a bit. Lots of crab apples all fallen down in the wind. So there's the Esso pipeline that runs all the way across to Gatwick from Fawley. Well, that's a nice kind of barn conversion, don't know what you call it, sort of like a barn stuck in the middle of a house, isn't it? Nice though. And now we're back into the village. We've got a definite amateur radio enthusiast lives in there. Either that or they're struggling to get BBC Two. Anyway, come out the end of this lane and we're going to turn right to pass along the front of the church and the school again. We pass the playing fields to the left. And you'll recognise the church rooms ahead. There's the school again and the church. Now if you want the shorter walk you can return back to the pub down this way, but we are going to continue on past the school this way for a slightly longer walk. So at the end of the road by this magnificent tree, a very nice Georgian style house, we're going to turn right. And we pass the old village stores to the right, no longer a store. We reach this lovely tiled cottage. We're going to turn left down Heath Lane towards Ushot and Oak Park. Look at that, magpie riding shotgun on a black sheep. Know a song about that. Just after the little stream runs under the road, there's a footpath to your left, which follows the course of the stream and has the golf course to the right. This is Oak Park Golf Club, and it's quite a nice little course actually, but it is overgrown, as confirmed by some walkers I was talking to earlier on. And one of them believes that there might be some development going to be going on here. It's a shame when places like this are built upon, but there we go. Anyway, on we go. Yeah, such a shame with the overgrown green. It's like constantly walking through the rough now. There's a pathway that's the one benefit, the pathway is clearly defined. We're coming back out into the village again. almost to the end of the walk and the sun's come out. Typical. End of this path, we're going to turn left. So back in the village again, we turn left, back towards the pub. So there's a surprise in the village. On the right, just before we get back to the pub, we've got Phantom Motors, who sell Bentleys and Rolls Royces. And we continue on along the road, don't turn left, but just carry straight on along the road past Crondall stores and post office. And as you can see, it's Halloween coming up. So the road we follow back to the pub is signpost Well and Long Sutton. So there's lots of gorgeous wisteria on the front of these houses. No shortage of wisteria in Crondall. So this is the Crondall Baptist Church, and once you get here, and park at your own risk, you know you're back at the pub. Don't park there if you're going for the walk, by the way. We're back again. That was a nice 5-mile walk, and we're back at the pub. So I think it's a beer day. It's a little bit cold for a beer, but I think we're going for a coffee. Anyway, if you like the walk, then please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll see you on another one.
Depends how much manual labour you're happy doing today. Seems like all the jobs have been taken off the
There's a nice little ritual. People that come and put banknotes from all over the place on the beams.
There's Guernsey. Just worked out. Yeah, it was free and yeah.
So apparently it all started off when an obscure cricket club came in, and they said if no one else has put any of these up here, we'll donate to charity. So they pinned a note up on the beams there, and everyone has done the same since. Well, I hope they donated to charity.